Thing you do gets invalidated. We learn that from Dinav Batelim. It's not that this verdict is batal, it's that all of his verdicts are batal.
Really? Nejus of Batelin means that he can never testify on any other case either?
The Dinav Batelim, the vav there, the pronoun.
I know, but I don't know if it means this one or all of them.
I've read that it means everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Minohani Mili. Where do we know?
That's what he says already.
Really?
Dinav, the plural dinav, his verdicts indicate not only this particular verdict, but all verdicts are invalid.
And what about Eidais of? All his testimony becomes puzzle for all Eidas?
Makes sense, you're puzzle aid.
Right.
You took money.
You lie once. Right.
You become puzzle.
Okay, Minani Mili, from where do we know that this is the rule, that you're not allowed to take a payment to Paskin to judge a case? Rashi adds in Talmud Torah that we're bringing this to see that it's viewing this as a verdict is like teaching Torah. So Amar Rav Yehuda Marav, Rav Yehuda says in the name of his teacher Rav, Damar Kra, the pasuk says, "Rei lemadati eschem." See that I
But
taught.
the Eidus, the Rashba said no.
Oh.
Eidus has to be specific for that Eidus.
Shekayach. So, see that I have taught to you, mani bechinam, and we do this comparison. Just like I teach for free, Moshe Rabbeinu speaking, afatim bechinam. Also, you have to teach for free. I have a little question on this, but let's go further. Tanya nami hachi. It's also taught in the Bais, kasher tzivani Hashem alekai, as Hashem, my God, commanded me. Ma'ani bechinam, afatim bechinam. There's different ways of learning this. Either you can learn that Hashem commanded Moshe to teach, and so therefore he does it without payment. So too, the Jewish people, when they teach, they have to teach without any payment. Taisvus over here says, in the middle of Taisvus Ma'ani bechinam, he says, Mashanay ganachshav lamin ter b'schar. This that we, you see that on the side? This that we take money to teach Torah, that's only when that's his full job. If he's not doing other work. And if he does have other work, so then schar b'tela, he can get because he's neglecting his other work. And then if it's teaching children, that's always allowed, because the teaching children is you have to watch the children. There's other obligations there. The Gemara says,
like babysitting.
The Gemara says that this prohibition is only on the written Torah, right? Not on the oral.
No,
the opposite. It's only on the oral Torah.
That's what it says.
So the assumption here, who's saying that? That's
that's in the Russian
Gemara.
Hilchos Talmud Torah.
Okay. So the assumption here is that the verdict is coming from Torah Shebal Peh, and therefore we're having a question: how are you allowed to teach for payment? Okay, minayin shimlay matzah, and that's the source that you're not allowed to teach for payment. You're not allowed to make a verdict for payment. Minayin shimlay matzah bechinam she'ilamid b'schar. How do you know that because it says that a teacher is supposed to teach without any payment? How do you know that if you can't find a teacher, you should still pay? So Talmud Leimer emes kanei, to buy truth. It's a pasuk in Mishlei. Oh, now you say, look, I paid for my education. Now you want me to teach you, you pay me. How do you know that you don't say that? Talmud Leimer emes kanei val timkar. You have to buy truth, but don't sell it. That means you give it away for free. You pay for but you give it away for free. Excuse me. Lahazei silakadish meimaf meimare for mikla.
Estate law. Purchase truth. With the real estate. It's fair.
It says to sprinkle the water, or to mix the water with the ashes. You're not supposed to take payment for a minute. There's a contradiction. A makadesh b'mechatas be'efer, a makadesh b'mechatas be'efer chatas reizim mekadeshes. Apple Pisha Yisrael, someone marries a woman with the payment or with the water from the water of the paraduma, the ashes of the paraduma. So the woman is considered married. That's the assumption here. Is what he's doing is he's getting paid for that service of sprinkling, and he's giving that money over to the woman. We said you're not allowed to get paid to do that. Rabbi lekasha. Excuse me. Kan b'schar hava umiloi. Kan b'schar hazav v'kiddush. There's different types of services here. You need people to bring the water, to fill up the buckets, and to do that. And then you also need to do the actual sprinkling. So the actual sprinkling itself, that there's no payment for. But everyone else that's involved in this does get paid.
Why does it say specifically to that and not like all the other korbanos and avodas? For the other ones you could pay? Like a regular korban or something?
You see, when you go to the Beis Hamikdash, they just take the korban and they do it. Here, you're getting someone to come to you. You're not showing up in the Beis Hamikdash, they sprinkle on me.
It's a delivery fee.
Yeah, they could come to you to
I
sprinkle.
understand, but it says you're not allowed, but does that mean that in the Beis Hamikdash you were allowed? The fact that
No.
you didn't add all the things in the Beis Hamikdash. Like you go to a Beis Hamikdash and the Kohen comes and he does the whole thing and you're like, thank you, man, here's...
Right?
Were there tipping in the Beis Hamikdash?
I don't know.
Curious.
I don't know.
To
They-
cut the line.
The fact that you can choose which Cohen you want to give the
Yeah, you can choose. You're the gift.
is in essence tipping.
Dekanami. It's also precise. Diktani, it says in our Mishnah, Hacha, Diktani Hacha, it says here, Lahasis Lakadosh, Vasam Ktani Makadosh Mechatas Befer Chatas. Over here it says specifically which activity that you can't take payment for. Over there it just says in general, Mechatas, the water. So over there it's easier to explain. It's more broad. You can say that it's referring to those other parts of it. Shmamina. If he's a kayin that's becoming tamei, because he's going to sprinkle the water, so he's allowed to get extra money. You're allowed to pay him extra so that he should be able to afford chulin food. How's he allowed to go and get tamei? Kayin's not allowed to make himself tamei. Gemara says Beisa Praster Rabbanan. He's talking about he's not really tamei. It's a rabbinic tumah that comes on a person if he walks through an area that had a lost grave in it. Rav says that a person is allowed to blow on the earth of a Beis Pras, to blow away the dust, to make sure there's nothing there, and still walk through it. But nevertheless, when he does this, he still can't eat truma. But he's allowed to do it.
It's a Cohen.
A Kohen. Rabbi Yehuda Barami Mishmid Rabbi Yehuda Amar Beis Pras Shenida Shtar. It's already been plowed over, and it's tahar. I don't know what he means to say. What does he mean to say? that the kohen didn't become tamei? What does he mean to say? He doesn't become tamei, then he doesn't need any extra.
Nidash
Nidash
means what?
means plowed, I think, right? How do they? Oh, that is trodden. That's pressed. Alone, no longer needs to be concerned about the bones. Nevertheless, a priest who walks through such a field may not partake of truma until he has purified himself. Okay, we're saying that because it's been pressed, it's been trodden upon, so he's allowed to walk through it.
Right, so
That's
what?
answering our question.
So what if it's trodden upon? I don't understand.
I think what it means is that the bones that may be in there. It's only if the earth wasn't pressed, because when it's pressed, it'll become like more disintegrated, more ground smaller, and then it won't be.
Yeah, go tell that to the loser. The lose bone.
Oh.
It's still around. Come on, wake up.
Hey,
Have
Nami.
another cup of coffee, guys.
Inami. You have a very easy, a simple answer.
Mason.
Oh,
That
okay.
bone doesn't
A very
do
simple
something.
answer. We're talking about a kohen's not allowed to go into a cemetery. Here we're not talking about a cemetery. We're talking about he's becomes tummy with a sheretz or other tumas. It's a very simple answer. We asked, so he can't eat truma because he touched the sheretz. He has to go to the mikveh or whatever. You can ride him on a donkey. Tanaka payal batul. It was taught that he gets like a payal batul. Amar Abaya kepayal batul shaleisa malacha. It's not just a payal batul. Payal batul means a worker that has to take off work, so you have to pay him for that. So, but Abayas adds that it's more than it's supposed to say. My kapayal. What does it mean kapayal batul? The answer is that he had other work that he takes off. Rashi says that there's 2 points to this. One is that it could be that you have to give him a lot of money because he was someone that made holes in pearl. He would string pearls. That's a very high-paying job, and now you're getting him to sprinkle the water or whatever he's doing for you. You're allowed to pay him that money that he's actually losing. The other point is that let's say he had a very difficult job, very, very hard job, a tedious job, and he would rather not do his work and take less money. So when you say, look, you don't have to do that hard work that you're doing, just come here and I'll pay you, so you can actually pay him less because he has a difficult job and he's willing to do that. He's willing to do other work and get less money. The Mishnah says, someone that's suspected to put a mum inside a bechar deliberately, you can't buy from him any meat. Meat here, basar tzvan, means a red sort of meat that looks like venison. No, venison is from deer, right? Deer. Yeah, even if it looks like it's from deer, and there's no bechar by deer, so this is clearly, the problem is that maybe he made, it's a calf that you can look, it will look like a deer, and really he put a mum in it, it was really a bechar, and he had it shechted, and you can't buy from him. You also can't buy from him, you can't buy leather that hasn't been tanned yet, because it could be it came from a bechar, and you can't trust this fellow. Rabbi Lezer says, no, you can buy skins of a female animal because it's not a bechar. A bechar is only a male.
How can you tell?
You can tell from where it's cut, how it's skinned. So we have to explain what that means, but you can't buy from him wool that's been washed, it's been whitened. But you're allowed to buy from him woven wool and also clothing. The Gemara is going to ask if you can buy woven wool. For sure you can buy clothing, as we'll see. The Gemara asks, Basar Tzvayim, it explains like this. What's the reason for this red-looking meat that you can't buy? The Michlaf B'da'agala, because it could be confused with a calf. You could say that maybe it's really the calf meat. But you can't buy skins that haven't been tanned. Ha'avudim, savnina. But if it's already been tanned, then you can buy it. Now, imisa the bechar hava. Why is this allowed? It was probably supposed to be a question there. The Shittim Kumet says, in my time, what's the reason why you're allowed to buy it if it's been tanned? The answer is, imisa the bechar hava. If it's true that it's a bechar, lai havi tarach pei. The person wouldn't put in the effort to tan it. Savari shamu be'rabanan mafsali minay. I'm going to put in all the effort. The rabbis are going to hear that this is a bechar. I'm going to lose all the effort. So I'm going to sell it without doing the work. He wants to get rid of it quickly, make less money as long as he doesn't lose all that effort to do it. So if he's going to put in all the effort, it's because he knows that this is really a valid animal. If he's going to do that, then you can buy it from him. When can't you buy it from him? If he's not willing to put in the effort because he thinks it's going to be caught as black market, whatever. Rabbi Eliezer meloichem and oir shel nekever. Rabbi Eliezer says that you can buy skins of a female animal. My time, well, what's the reason? Made the yediyah. You can tell it's a female animal. Tanakama, the Tanakama that didn't agree with this, says Im ken zachanami chayik l'zachruse. You can cut out the male part and make it look like a female, and then sell it. And you can't buy anything from him because that's an easy thing just to cut out. V'amar, and he's gonna. Kein zachanami chayik l'zachruse v'amar achbarim achluhu.
The problem is that if he just makes a hole, they're going to see it's
Right.
not the natural hole.
Right.
There's
So
going to
they're
be
going to
some
see
sort
that
of-
it's cut.
So if
So-
he's going to answer them,
That I had to cut a little bit because
because
the mice
whatever,
or the mice cut it. The mice ate it. So that's why it looks like it's cut. Yes, the
Come up with the story.
V'idach, another one, Be'ach bar medi yediyah. The other one says that that's not a problem because you can tell what's cut from the mice. Okay. Ve'ein leichem en etzeben maluvin mitzah. You can't buy from him. Let me stop over here.
Shkaya.